Hi everybody, Brett back, altitude scale modeling with another old school sprue review. This time to follow along with a theme that I've recently got involved in. An old Monogram F-100 Super Saber. I love the Super Saber. See, the box is still wrapped because for some reason I never got around opening it. Oh look, it only cost $2.40 whenever I got this a long time ago. 1981's the copyright on the box art and the kit inside. I'm not sure what year this boxing is. For those of you who like to collect models, I'm sorry about this, but I am going to build this soon. So, whatever it was worth before, it's not anymore. Might keep that Ralph sticker. Anyway, here we go. Clear parts, unpackaged. Rest of it all in one bag. Decals, which probably won't be usable, although they don't look awful. Instructions. So, let's see what we got in this one bag. Now when you open a kit this old, you do want to make sure that you're careful because there's going to be a lot of loose parts. Decades of falling off the sprue from being moved around, because I probably moved 4 times since I've had this kit. Alright. Nothing in the bag. We're going to set everything in the box. It's the bag this side just in case. And let's start with this. As you can see, zoom in some. There's not going to be a center seam because it's a top and a bottom assembly. You get 2 figures, a ground crew and a pilot. This has, of course, raised panel lines, but it's also got riveting detail all around it. I will be painting this in Southeast Asia camouflage. Try to keep that raised detail intact. You can see lovely rivet detail all along through those hatches. Through there. There's your crew, has a little flash on it. There's your nose, which doesn't have any ejector pins in it. There's an arm for the crew. Landing gear doors, which looks like I have a couple of ejector pin marks right there. That's it. Let's go back and look at the bottom. You can see the detail in the wheel well. Speed brake area, front wheel well. This one panel that's open. Looks like the gun bay. Oops, something fell off, which we're going to set aside in case it's not flash. And your cockpit tub with a nice raised detail. And it looks like this and this go together behind here to make the intake. And you've got ejector pin marks here and here. These you probably won't see, these you might. So you might want to take care of those. And with the engine nozzle. Two different engine nozzles. Is this a twin engine? I don't remember. But either way, they look different, so I'm assuming it's 2 different engine nozzles. So, first sprue, looking good. Let's look at some wings. So, this is going to have leading edge slats that are positionable. And this is your top and your bottom wings. And again, raised detail. but good detail. Now, one thing I didn't check, is usually Monogram used to stamp a copyright date in there for fuselage. But this one does not have it. Yeah, it's right here. Copyright. Doesn't have a date on it though. Anyway, take a look at the wings. Again, raised detail. Rivets inside the access hatch details. Top wings, bottom wings. I believe these are going to be doors for your gear bays. Inside, you've got a little bit of detail where your main landing gear is going to go. And inside each of these doors, looks like there's 2 ejector pin marks in each. You have to take care of those. And it comes with a little plaque you can paint and stick on your diorama or on your base or whatever. Nice touch. Don't get that a lot anymore. 2 more sprues, so there are 4 sprues in this kit. This one has the rudder, instrument panel, some more doors, a boarding ladder, which you don't get much anymore, 2 different refueling probes, there are 2 versions. Your guns look really nice. Pylons, no weight on wheels, but good wheel detail. Good detail on the tail and on the pylons. So, there's that. Your wheels and tires. Pylons, speed brake door, other doors. There's your guns. As you can see, I won't see better on the other side. And there's your side of your ejector seat, which does have added straps, which you'll have to do something with if you're putting the pilot in there. Fuel probes, refueling probes, sorry. Boarding ladder. Gun chute area. On the other side, you can see your gun detail. These look like barrels to guns. Maybe. Or maybe they're struts. Yep, those are struts for landing gear. Never mind. And looking at this, it's got a 3rd refueling option that looks like it's closed. So there are ejector pins inside these doors, not inside these doors. Your front wheel's one piece. Ejector pins inside your speed brake door, but not this door or this door. Again, there's that gun detail. And instrument panel detail. And then the sides of the ejection seat. And lastly, we have some missiles, bombs, your landing gear legs, refueling pods, and your leading edge slats. Yeah, I'm going to check something else in a second, but again, raised detail. Looks like a little recessed detail on these refueling tanks. In-flight tanks. Maybe a bit of sink marks running where the panel lines are. Or, you can say it's stress skin. A little bit of a seam line on the landing gear legs. Bombs and missiles all need to be put together and cleaned up. There's the inside of your leading edge slat. Very shiny plastic, huh? Now what I wanted to look at, I forgot to, were sink marks. The fuselage. There's no real ribbing inside. So I don't see any sink marks on the top or the bottom. So that's good for a kit this old, 41 years. Here's your clear parts, which have no visible center seam. And seem to be pretty clear and distortion free. I mean, a little bit, but nothing that's going to make you too grumpy. And here's the decals. They've yellowed a bit in spots. They might be usable, but there's so many aftermarkets online right now, I'd just go with aftermarket. Okay. Typical old school Monogram decals. One big fold out sheet. Here's your color call outs in a variety of languages. A little bit about the aircraft. So you're going to start with putting panels in the fuselage. You're either going to have that open or closed. That's what it's telling you. Question mark. Your heads-up display going in there. So this goes across all the way. Instrument panel going inside up there. Ejector seat, cockpit going in. It's giving you the letters for the paint guide. Here's your intake nozzle going in. Another door, or leave it open for the guns. And there's a light you got to put in. Put your wing halves together. Put your wings on the top of the fuselage. Put the top and the bottom fuselage together. Pick which exhaust nozzle you want. Your nose goes on. Can't remember what those are called. Put them in your wings for stabilization. Tail goes together. Tail goes on. Leading edge slats go on in the droop position if you want. And I was wrong. That wasn't another landing gear probe or a fuel probe. It's actually a tail hook. Silly me. Decal goes on there after you paint it. With this one, you put all the landing gear in after you paint it. It wants you to bend the door, not cut it, bend it to this angle. Careful, bend doors into shape. Okay, you're putting your main gear on, your front gear on. Nope, that's the other side of your main gear. Speed brake opened, or you can do it closed. Pylons, fuel tanks. Step 25 is mounting your whichever you choose weapon-wise. Then you're choosing a fuel probe. Then you're putting your canopy glass on. Then you're building your boarding ladder, pitot tube, which I'd put on after it's painted, and your color call out, which gives you FS numbers. And the rest of your decals. And your remove for flight tags on there. So, there you have it. Very nice, very classic, old school. What's out of the box? Old school Monogram F-100 Super Saber. I'm looking forward to building this because I think it'll be easy and it'll be fun and it'll be just like the old days when we were buying kits as kids. Thanks for watching. Sit your ass to the bench. If you got something old in your stash, bring it out and see if you want to build it. Thanks for watching.